Hi everyone, my name's Rochelle, and I just wanted to jump in here this morning and just just honor everybody something, and just do a little video on just some really gentle, just little gentle movement rituals that I do sort of most mornings to help my nervous system, that I've found that help me. And yeah, and just honoring everybody's something and where it's at. And like just on the days, this is for, like on the days where you just fucking can't, or where you got coming at, you got your period or things like that. Or sometimes you don't even know why. Like it's sort of, you just feel heavy or lethargic, or it just feels like a lot. And sometimes life can really feel like a lot. And so anyways, so I'll just I'll just sort of, I was just thinking just then, like I've done another video and I just had like more of a talk for sort of nearly an hour, sort of about 50 minutes. So anyone that wants to sort of, go on that journey and unfold, do so. But it was more just talking, and then just like a little bit of stuff, little bit of movement and stuff at the end. But I didn't click that I could talk and move at the same time, even though multitasking is one of my specialties. It's a double-edged sword, really, but yeah. So I just wanted to share, like how, like, and I just want to say as well, you don't need a fucking yoga mat for this. Like, you don't even need to get out of your bed. So if you are really having a shit day or a shit time and you don't even want to get up just yet, or at the moment, whatever, today, it's just 222. And I just want to say 222 in angel numerology is don't quit before the miracle occurs. So don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit yourself. Don't quit your soul's journey for life. Because, things aren't set in our favor, granted. And it can feel, just curveball central. I know. So, some days you just, and especially when you've got younger people that you're looking after too, because you've got to hold space, you've got to hold space for them, so I've just found doing this for myself, like I don't have children, but my partner's got 3 children. And I can say that even the times, especially in the first year, that that we sort of live together and things, I often put aside my routines and stuff. It was just 333. I put aside my feel good routines and getting into my body for the day. And like it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. And so I just want to say, like, for that as well, like where we can think that we're skipping that whatever or not doing that whatever on the note of somebody else, and like other loved ones in our life. And it actually really, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. We you fill your cup to be better able to give. So it's like the classic case, even how they say, like, as you get on the plane, put your own gas mask on, your own air mask on first, and then help somebody else. Because otherwise, it's not that you're no good, but it's hard to help people from a place that coming from an empty cup. So, and even just these guys, like Literally. I just, even while I'm watching things on my phone, I will just be giving myself a foot massage or just sort of, yeah, like, and this is just what I wanted to share. Like, I can sort of, I've done many videos of talking about this and that and what have you, but just these little things that you can do for yourself. And again, like, even if you're just chilling out on your phone, even if you are just sort of scrolling, just to be, you know, sort of watching something, just to be getting into your body, or like, again, if you're anxiety prone, just doing a little something, just doing a little something for yourself daily, and threading it throughout your day it gets you out of your head and into your body. So it just sort of helps the body relax, helps the nervous system, affirms to the nervous system that it's safe and that you've got your own back, like, literally. So that's, to me, self-care is the entry level for everything, because self-care equals self-love, but self-care equals self-worth, and then self-worth equals self-love. And I used to say that the other way around. Sorry, that's just getting glary there. I used to say it the other way around, but again, I know that sometimes friggin' self-love can feel far away, and it can feel just like a buzz term that, yeah, it's just two words next to each other that don't mean shit to you. Like, so I get it. Because I used to have post-it notes on my, of affirmations on my wardrobe and things like that. So when I was in my 30s, and I would read these things every day, but the words weren't cutting it. Like, the words, I was reading words sort of thing and reading sentences, but they didn't gel. So, and what I have grown to realize as time has gone on is getting into our bodies and regulating our nervous systems is fucking key. It is key. It is the gateway to sanity and freedom. So freedom, just freedom from our own self, let alone the outside world. And this is what I want to share this now, because there's so many things out there, guys, now that, you know, like, they're not, you know, I don't want to make this heavy, but yeah, like, it's almost like a known thing that there's an agenda to take us out, you know, take us out of alignment. Because when we are out of alignment, you're not going to be your best self, you're not going to be your stronger self, you basically, yeah, when you're in alignment, you don't need stuff, you don't need external things, you're pretty comfy, like, and I've found that too, like, as I've gone more on my healing journey, to even the last couple of years of birthing my business and taking one for the team for a patch of time, to not have money coming in properly. And you know, I mean, yeah, it's been challenging at times, but then you get to a stage, and like, even when it comes to, you know, government and things like that, society and things like that, you get to a stage, or just other people, you get to a stage that when you can feel solid enough inside yourself and feel abundant when you've got nothing, like, yeah, well, nothing as in nothing in the bank and things like that. We're always going to have more than some and less than others, obviously. Though, and yeah, like, that it's sort of been something that, I'm going to have to move that, that's a bit bright. That has been something that was something to me as well, like, of just learning to go without and just feel grateful for everything that I do have, and everything that, yeah, that I get to look at every day, even just in one room, that, yeah, even just sitting here now, like sitting here on my yoga mat, sitting here in the sun in my house, yeah, rental, but yeah, some people are living in their cars, some people don't even have a car, so it goes. And it's not about gaslighting yourself, it's not about devaluing your situation of where it's at. But yeah, like I remember even one day as well, like, and I'm just going to be talking and doing these things as well, because this is key. And yeah, like I do this now, even as I'm talking to my partner. I'll just be sitting there giving myself a head or a neck massage, like I'm listening, but I'm just like, just feeling the bod. But yeah, I remember one day I think I only had about, it was 65, I think I only had $65. And I was in Woolies, of all places, for fucking, yeah, $65 doesn't go far. And and I was getting things for dinner, and then I was getting a couple of other things, but obviously was being very tactical. And it's just double one, which is new beginnings. And so anyways, perfectly imperfect. And yeah, and then and it was raining, like it was raining outside. It was, it had sort of rained pretty heavy for the last few days. And there was a homeless man that came into the supermarket, and yeah, so he had plastic bags duct taped to his feet. So, and he was, God bless him, but he sort of, yeah, I don't know, I didn't talk to him. I wanted to give him a chicken. I had a barbecue chook, and even though I only had a little bit on me, and what he got, God bless him, he got heat beads, for a fire. He got heat beads, and he got ice creams. So I loved that. But still, I wanted to give him a barbecue chook, but he was a little bit not present, and yeah, just making weird kind of crow sounds sort of thing. And I don't know, like I think he'd sort of went, to society and was almost judging us in just being to what he may be viewed as sheep in society. I mean, I'm a ram, but I'm no sheep. I'm an Aries, but I'm no sheep. But still, just how like that society sort of grooms us to, just sort of be a certain way. And I've thought about that too. How many homeless people just didn't want to be in the matrix anymore, just didn't want to be in the system. So yeah, anyways, that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, anyways, he just helped me feel so fucking grateful. And I got in my car, and I didn't even it wasn't even about the heater and things like that. It wasn't even about being warm, but I was dry. And I was mobile, like, like just sort of going home. And I just felt, and that little car, a girlfriend of mine helped me get that car, of all things, and I swear to God, like, I have never felt more abundant in my life to have that car. And it's just a little runaround, and it has got me from A to B, and it helped me get through a patch of time, and it keeps giving. And I can tell you, I just got in my car, and I had my, grocery bag and things like that, and I just felt so freaking grateful and abundant. And it's almost making me emotional. Because this is what we need to remember, that, not to discount anybody's something, though, again, just to flip the script and flip the perception at times. And again, guys, getting into our body, regulating our nervous systems, and moving our body a little bit so we're not stagnant. It's that classic case where we're kind of 70% water, give or take. So, yeah, you know, if we, um, the classic case, what happens to water when it's not moving and things like that? It gets stagnant. So, and then, yeah, like it can even get stale, or shit grows, which is, i.e., you know, disease and things like that. You know, things sort of can manifest onto the physical because of stagnation. So it's just logic. Yeah. So, but literally, you know, just doing these little things, just pressing on pressure points. Yeah, you know, just giving like little finger massages and just exactly that. And you're sort of clearing the energy as well. Like, and I'll even do that as well. Like, sometimes, um, yeah, like yeah, just even just run my hands vigorously, sort of thing, and just, yeah, just flick, and even just to do that, and then, you know, just to be obviously standing, but just shaking it out, excuse the girls, but yeah, like just sort of shaking it out, and it can really make such a difference, and just and I would even say as well, like for your hands, if you're having a conversation with somebody that you maybe is an ex, maybe is a boss, a parent, you know, whatever, spouse, you know, somebody that you're having, you know, a moment with, just to be, or something that you know, even an interview, just to be sort of, you know, obviously you wouldn't be sort of doing these ones like in the interview, but, you know, just to be sort of, yeah, like you can just be pressing on a pressure point, or something like that, with your hands in your lap. So that's like, and just that's a little way just to sort of ground yourself back into your body. That's seamless to the external world, but is helping you. And again, guys, like even a book that I yeah, Atomic Habits, I've sort of semi listened to, and I actually just rehashed on it again this morning. But he was saying something that I've said now for a little bit, and was saying about just stacking good habits on top of each other. And honestly, that is what it's all about. Like, you don't have to change your life in a day. You don't have to not be you. You don't have to, yeah, like rip the rug out from underneath you of all of your comforts and, you know, creature habits and things like that. But just to add some things into your day, even just start with one. You know, even just like I was saying before, just to hold your head on the side. I love this. You know, this is one of my main go-tos, just to pardon me, and just feeling, yeah, your belly sort of expand as you sort of breathe in, and then as you breathe out, just like for your hands just to drop away. And then the other side, and just, and it is like, honestly, even just doing it for you guys right here, right now, it's so soothing, you know, like there's so many, you know, and even the same, just slow, and just like, especially if you haven't done this for a little while, like you're, you know, so just slow, and just a couple of times, you know, just 2 or 3 times. And sometimes the slower the better, because it's less triggering for your body. I know myself, because anxiety was what, yeah, and obviously ADHD, so like obviously, you know, like a little firecracker inside, and like a little fairy. But sometimes I notice that I do things vigorously, and we can kind of trigger ourselves without even meaning to sometimes. And sometimes if I catch myself, I'm like, hey, just slow down, be gentle, be gentle. My partner laughs at me all the time. But yeah, so, but anyways, and then just even like, yeah, just sort of knocking on the body, like And this is like a good one just to wake up the body. So, and what I want to say as well, just before I jump off, because this is literally just at 20 minutes now, sometimes I do things to energize myself, like whether it be somatic shaking and things like that. Like obviously I would be standing up and shaking out. Sometimes I literally do fucking star jumps, because again, it's like, to me, I just see it as like sweeping the energy field as well. So it's kind of like a double bonus. And then you kind of move it like it's vigorous, and then you sort of, and your feet are sort of hitting the floor, which we're like with reflexology, we've got lots of pressure points and things like that in our feet that are connected all throughout our body. So it's sort of, yeah, it sort of can, yeah, bring us a little bit more online. But on other days, like I'm saying, like on the days where you just feel like you just freaking can't, then don't. But just have like a little, what I call, yeah, and another lady sort of guided me to this analogy. Like she said she's got her her big sort of hat trick routine sort of thing that she'll do, and when she sort of said it, I was like, oh, why did you do that? Like some days you're feeling great, so you'll do, you know, I might get on my mat, I might go for a walk, I might do some qigong, or just like a few things sort of thing. And then other days I do one thing. But I always, somewhere throughout my day, and especially in the morning, and the evenings, I like to just be gentle and just sort of ease into your body. And yeah, some days even when you start to shake it up and you can feel your body, you can almost feel, it's like you can feel your inner child just sort of be going, and so on those days I listen, and I will just sort of think, okay, and I will just do something like this and just be gentle, and that be enough, you know, that be okay. So yeah, guys, I just want to say, these things aren't gonna change the world, but they're gonna change your world. And it's just 2-2-2-2. And then it changes your perception in the world, and it gets you to a different baseline and to have a different capacity to even hold space for yourself, your loved ones, and perfect strangers. Because again, like I feel like, but yeah, half of it is like, that's the agenda, the fear campaign, and yeah, creating such separation and isolation from ourselves and others, even literally from our loved ones. Like we sit there not even communicating at certain points in time, or not catching up with our friends and things like that, because you've just spent 2 hours, or you've just wasted a morning. Not wasted, but yeah, time's just gone and you didn't even realize it. And now it's this time, and it's like, oh, well, okay, well, that's, yeah, the kids will be home soon or whatever, you know, so you just write it off again for another day. And then that days stack into weeks, weeks stack into months, and then months stack into years. So yeah, and at 4 years away from 40, 4 years away from 50, like I've just sort of really starting to wake up to that and not take time for granted as much, and and not just assume that we're always going to be here and things like that. So it's like, how can I help myself have a better day today, you know, and then how can I sort of follow suit and try and stack those on each other. And yeah, eventually you will regulate your nervous system, and your nervous system will your nervous system will start to feel, you know, like you start to have a bond with your body and yourself, like rather than that disconnect. And it starts to feel like home, because it should. We should feel like at home in our bodies, not to feel so foreign or wanting to escape, and escape emotions. And even when it comes to our healing journey, that what I was saying before, self-care is the entry level for everything, because self-care equals, you know, starting to feel safer in yourself and regulate your nervous system. that you can even hold space to have a look at those things. And yeah, so yeah. So anyways, guys, this is the shorter video that's just gone for 25 minutes. So I'm just going to leave it at this for now. But I just want to send love to, again, to everybody something. And just to say, you are not alone. And I see you and I feel you. And I fucking know. I know where it can go to. So I just want to send love. Just to say, don't quit. Don't quit. And I'm here if you need to reach out. Like, I'm a certified health and well-being coach, and I'm a hairdresser. I'm just about to launch these 2 businesses. And I don't say this as a marketing thing. I say this as an option. I am here. Know that you have people in your corner that care. And yeah, I'm just sending love and happy healing and more to be shared. Have a beautiful day.